very good occasion, an event to actually display how is Egypt today and where are we going in future.
Yes.
And he also elaborated on the last couple of years quickly and in a very expressive manner. The idea is it's not only climate change that we are suffering from in Egypt and the Arab world. We are suffering from change in everything. We are suffering from terrorism. We are suffering from security instability. We are suffering from illegal weapons
Cultural change, economical change.
Everything. We witnessed 3 or 4 huge big Arab countries collapsing in the last couple of years.
Yes.
So actually weather change is probably the least in terms of its side effect on us. The more effective is terrorism that is ravaging the whole region today.
Yes.
And probably the international coalition that Egypt is part of targeting IS in Iraq or ISIS in Iraq and Syria. This is a good start to focus on terrorism. I don't want the issue to be linked only to Daesh in Iraq or Syria, because we have so many Daeshes in the region. We have Daesh in Egypt in different names. We have Daesh in Libya in different names. The idea is extremism itself, which we do have abundance, unfortunately, in the region. Mm-hmm. And probably now they understand it in the foreign world, in the Western world. The repeated calls for the international community to draw their attention to the terrorism waves that hit Egypt and Libya and other Arab countries in the last couple of years, but only they recognized that when they felt the danger or the threat coming from Iraq, from Daesh in Iraq and Syria, that it's not only Iraq and Syria.
Is it danger or interest?
It's a mixture of. We cannot deny that this is a real threat. But real threat to who? This is the question. It's a real threat to the region, not United States or France or United Kingdom. They are very far from the threat, and they have their own tools of controlling 100% their borders. So Daesh is not going to United Kingdom or to the States.
Yes.
So it's mainly threat to Iraq, mainly threat to Syria, threat to Egypt.
Yes.
And these communities are more able to handle that because this is not a conventional formed armies. This is like gangs war. They hit and run. They are gangs. They are scattered in different locations. So making this huge international coalition, like magnifying the Daesh as a power, reminds me of what the Western did with Saddam Hussein in 2002 and 2003, visualizing him as a giant evil power that threatened the whole world, which was totally not true.
It was actually a conflict between the neighboring countries, more or less. Nothing more than that.
Nothing more than that. It didn't pose any threat whatsoever to the region or to the world or even to the region. It was just like a conflict between two countries. And before that it was internal conflict, internal political problems.
Dr. Ibrahim, what captured your mind and heart in the speech of Abdel Fattah Sisi?
Well, the touch of nationalism in his voice and in his words. And it was really well received by the audience. And everyone noticed the applause that followed different segments of his speech, actually. He was, like I said at the beginning, he was able to express in a genuine way our situation in Egypt, and that was mostly needed actually. And the way he narrated the situation in Egypt, and he mentioned the subsequent moves in our roadmap into democracy, has given his words credibility. That's why, for instance, if we talk about the forthcoming parliamentary elections should take place in its time, should not be postponed, because this is an integral part of our transition process, and integral part also of the credibility that that we earned it through a Sisi speech in the General Assembly.
Yes.
Now the world leaders who attended the meeting and who were listening to his words carefully and paying very much attention to what he was saying, now they will start to look into the situation in Egypt even more closely. So we need to be very specific and succinct in terms of moving from one phase to another. We should not allow any delay to occur on the ground, no matter where the obstacles will be. And let us be honest, today and a year from now, there is not much change we expect to happen, for instance, in the nature of the political powers in Egypt.
Yes.
If some parties would like to postpone elections for some time to get prepared, they cannot get prepared in 1 year. They need to work in the streets, within the people themselves, among people in the street, and that takes 10 years or 5 years. So the call for postponing parliamentary election is against what Sisi said in the General Assembly and against the stability and the credibility of Egypt in the coming period.
So you advise with the continuation with the political roadmap?
Definitely. That's must. We have to mobilize all the tools that we have, societal tools, official tools, civil community tools, media tools, all of that have to be mobilized in that direction. We understand and we admit that we still have shortcomings in terms of the overall public awareness of the average people in the street in terms of their selection. Yes. But this is going to continue for some time. What does it mean? Should that mean that we cancel the parliament because we are a little bit worried? No, we have to help those people. We have to design programs to raise and develop the awareness of the public and the importance of the parliament. You know that according to our new constitution, the parliament has a huge responsible role in Egypt, and we don't have to wait for longer time for this circle to be completed, because we have 3 circles: legislation, and then the executive, and then judiciary.
Everything has to be in effect and in place. This is what you're trying to say. And I think everybody needs every entity of society in order to have some development.
It's for the
Dr. Ibrahim Ghazawi, I'd like to thank you very much for joining us, lecturer of the Human Rights and International Law. Thank you. It was a pleasure to have you with us at Bank.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Let's move on now for a very short break and returning back with more.